Hi, my name is Ray Charters from EC Credit Control. Been an area manager on the Central Coast looking after the far west of New South Wales for about 13 years. I met Chad, who we're going to meet very shortly, some 4 or 5 years ago, and Chad's going to tell you a very heartbreaking story that happened to his company, but thanks to EC Credit Control we got a great result. Chad, just tell us about NCC, your company. Tell us about your company.
Thanks, Ray. National Communication Construction was established approximately 6 years ago. We've been in business with some of the larger telecommunication infrastructure providers in Australia. Over the last probably 3 or 4 years, we've run into small debtor issues in which EC Credit have been able to assist and recover the money that we've lost.
Chad, tell us about how we actually met and what EC Credit put together for you to stop that problem.
I was recommended to EC Credit by a friend of mine who owns a stonemason company, and when that happened, I spoke with you and sat down at my house for probably 3 to 4 hours, went through the terms of trade and what EC Credit can offer and gain by recovering the debt that probably would have put us out of business.
Tell us about that debt and how it came about and what EC Credit did to recover that debt.
The debt that we had was from a company that we work with in Melbourne. We didn't have any work in New South Wales for our guys at the time, so we done a huge Optus rollout down in Melbourne for another contractor, and after probably 6 weeks of no invoices being paid, we were starting to get very, very worried. And it came to the point where eventually they turned around and said they weren't going to pay our invoices.
Chad, regarding this debt, what was your next step to get EC Credit involved?
My next step was I had nowhere to go. Was my biggest issue. I didn't know what to do. I'd never been in the situation before, which is why I needed some professional advice. When I first came to you, Ray, you sat down and explained exactly how the process needs to work, the terms of trade and what needs to be signed off, and this is the only way that we're able to recover the loss. Good
lad. So the process of EC Credit getting this, what was the amount of the money and what was the process?
The amount of that particular debt was in the vicinity of $260,000 to $270,000. Which of course EC Credit recovered. Now the problem that I had with this first debt was before I actually, this was before I had terms of trade in place with EC Credit. So the simple fact that EC Credit were able to recover the money without all the terms of trade in place, was excellent. We thought that we were going to lose the whole lot.
Chad, at the very end of the process, you got cost awarded to you of collection costs on top of the debt also.
We got collection cost, legal fees paid, the full recovery amount, and since then, to date, I think you guys have recovered in the vicinity of $500,000 for National Communication Construction. So that was just the first debt.
Wow, that's fantastic. Chad, thanks for coming on. It's been a pleasure and we hope you have no further debts.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Chad.